Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's Dark Avenger Comic Book Review, and we are still going through some books that are namely Captain Marvel number 3. And as you guys saw on the live show also, didn't do so well. We now have, instead of in the last issue where we didn't know what if she was in a different time, in a different universe, we now know that she is, and I quote, sometime during the Second World War. And this entire book is Captain Marvel versus the Kree. She teams up with a bunch of girls when we get first name basis only. And then, is it just me? Is it just me?
Oh, you're gonna show that?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Show what?
The circle thing.
Yeah. Is it just me, or did Captain Marvel issue number 2? And there's also this funny ha hoo hoo classic Captain Marvel in the back. Is it just me? There's also a secondary story. Is it just me, or did this end the exact same way that Captain Marvel 2 ended, in a way? Captain Marvel with this huge machine coming at her, and her going at it. Because that's exact. This, I read this, and I feel like all this part of the story, all this, if there was something important in it, yeah, we got that, and we went right back to the end of the last issue. Because that's what it feels like. It ended where it left off in issue 2. Issue 3 ended the same way. So, this book is one more what the, as I put it on my Twitter and as I put it on other people who've talked about this book is one what the away from me dropping it permanently. There's, as I said, so much coming out with Marvel now. You know, these books, especially books like this that only came out and they're only about 3 months old, they got to prove themselves, or else by the time Marvel now comes out, these books are going to be pushed to the back of the piles or the pull list to a lot of readers. And I'm going to give it till the next story arc, first issue of the next story arc, praying that the next issue, issue 4, is the last part to this story arc, or else I might have to consider dropping it early. But I'm giving it till the first issue of the second story arc, and if it's no good, I'm sorry, but has to go bye-bye. Uncanny X-Force issue 30, if you're looking for X-Force, they aren't here in this issue. This issue is all about Evan. And the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants have him. They've kidnapped him. And they're looking for ways to push him over the edge, to have him crack. And Beast and Kitty Pryde are trying to find Wolverine. You know, he's invisible, he's gone. But they know that the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants have Genesis, and they want to use Evan as a weapon. And Sabretooth, they stop off at a gas station, and they're trying to get him to snap, to break, and turns out that he won't do it, so people die because of that. Then they take him to the one place he wasn't expecting them to take him to, and that's where his parents were. And basically that's when he finally snaps. He says, you know what, I'll show you power. And then he gets ready, and then he's like, no, I won't do it, I won't kill you. And then they're like, good news is we didn't really kill your parents, kid. The bad news is we can never kill them because they never existed in the first place. So they're going to tell Evan they're going to basically take all that Phantom X did for Evan. They're going to basically unmask his biggest facade, which is Evan's family and how Evan was supposed to grow up. So all of what Phantom X did is coming back now to haunt the X-Force. And in the next issue, I believe it's going to have X-Force in it. And X-Force are going to go after Evan to try to save him. But I have a feeling from future covers that is not exactly what's going to be happening here. It looks like Evan might actually become the new Apocalypse. Or maybe Wolverine can talk him out of it. Never know. Hopefully he can. Hopefully he can.
And there's a free digital copy.
Yeah, anything $3.99 is that. Winter Soldier, number 9. Story kind of was predictable. Black Widow was mind-wiped again and working with the sleeper agent. However, this whole book was about Bucky finding her again and saving her. And they finally meet her, and I don't know, he's like, remember, come on, wake up, don't you remember me? Look at me. Where was the dialogue? He lets the sleeper agent run because he has to go after Black Widow. He just jumps down and says, "Stop, Nat. You're still in there. I know you are." And he's like, "I know you're in there because I was too when they did this to me. It's me, James, remember." And out of nowhere, she snaps out of it. You know, it doesn't work that way. And that's exactly what happened. He's like, "Do you know where he's going? Do you know where Agent, where he's going, where the sleeper agent's going?" She's like, "I think I might remember." And she basically sends Bucky on a wild goose chase, and it turns out that Black Widow is still under her control from the Doctor, because that's exactly who Bucky comes into contact with, the Doctor. And he's like, "What do you mean? You didn't save her. You have to stop Black Widow," and that's where it ends. So Black Widow is still basically under the mind control of the Mind Wipe. So next story arc, it's leading right into it, is the hunt for Black Widow. Again. Only this time, I think Bucky's going to find a way to snap her out of it. We hope. We hope. I don't know. Winter Soldier's starting to have that little hiccup, that tiny itty bitty little hiccup that I'm worrying about. Book that I never thought I'd be reviewing, but I have to because it's crossing over with Mighty Thor. Journey into Mystery number 642. The tree is, I forgot the name of the tree. The
Tree of Might.
No.
Oh. Well, it was a good guess.
Don't make me kick you.
What? It was a good guess.
So
much for helping.
I can't remember the tree name at all.
The Fury Tree?
No.
Oh.
But basically, the World Tree, thank you. The World Tree's on fire, and Loki and Thor are watching, and they're like, "How could this happen?" And basically, everything's going wrong. The Veneer, I believe they're called. It's pronounced like that. They're fighting for Vanheim. Thor and the Asgardians are fighting for Asgard, and it's just a huge battle throughout this book, throughout the few pages. And then it turns out Loki finally comes clean with Thor, and I guess this is stuff that happened in Journey into Mystery that I wasn't reading from Fear itself up until this point. Loki and All-Mother struck a deal with Mephisto and Hela and Sutor. And because of that, that's why the Vanheims are as strong as they are. And the end of the book is the worst. That's where it's revealed somebody actually leaves evidence showing Loki and the All-Mother talking with Mephisto and oh god, his name, I just said it to Sutor. And basically they're like, they want to lock away her and they want to lock away Loki until everything blows over, until they can fix things, and Thor won't have any of that. So he says, to hell with that. You want them, you got to go through me. And they're like, "This is your choice, Thor, not ours." And he's like, "Run." And that's where it's to be continued. Next issue, they're going to be on the run. Obviously, the Mighty Thor, him and Loki are going to be on the run from all of Asgard. Hooray, Loki made a mistake, and now it's coming back to haunt him, as well as All-Mother's mistake, which is coming back to haunt her.
About time he woke up, Loki. You know, with all the mischief.
He's Kid Loki. It's not the Loki you're thinking of. That Loki died.
Oh, never mind then.
At least I believe so. I don't know about Loki. I don't know what... I never read a Journey into Mystery book. I'm probably going to drop it after the first issue in Marvel Now. I'm going to give it a shot and never think about it again. But, yes, the Vanheim versus Asgard is going on now, and it's going to be a 6-issue story arc, 2 issues a month. Actually, 3 issues, I believe, a month, because these are every other week books. So, in approximately a month and a half, this entire story arc will be over, and I'll probably end up dropping Journey into Mystery until Marvel Now, which I believe this is going all the way into Marvel Now. Go figure. So, up to you guys if you want to check this out. I know there aren't too many people that are interested in the Mighty Thor. Michael, your book.
Okay, last book. The Avengers Versus the X-Men, issue number 5 of 6.
Versus. This is the Versus miniseries. You gotta remember, it's Avengers Versus X-Men Versus.
Yes. So, as you see from the cover, there are 2 matchups.
One that doesn't matter. I don't believe the Hawkeye versus Angel should matter.
Yeah, it's Hawkeye versus Angel, and then Black Panther versus Storm. But first, let's go into Hawkeye versus Angel. They have some dialogue with each other, and what's her name? Psylocke. Communicates with Angel. And
yeah, she still loves him. The artwork is good though. Show this. Could I show this?
Wait, this one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just want to show this.
Yeah, the artwork's amazing, by the way. Yeah. Yeah.
Table too high.
Yeah, I like the fun facts still. So
they're still doing that? I didn't even notice that.
yeah, like right here. Good night, sir. So anyway,
Good night.
Hawkeye's trying to shoot arrows at Archangel, and his wings are
nice
made of steel. So they have a really intense battle that happens, and the winner in the end, spoiler, was Hawkeye from the Avengers.
I would say to hold the spoilers, but when it comes to a book like this, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The best fight was Storm versus
Storm
T'Challa.
versus Black Panther, and
or T'Challa, however you pronounce
yeah.
the name.
Their battle was a lot more intense. It's husband versus
It was a lot
wife.
deeper also. Yeah, exactly. It was husband versus wife.
Yeah, so they fight each other, and as they argue, it wound up as that. Like, said, "Oh, I hate you," so "Oh, I hate you too," and then that happened. And in the end,
nobody wins.
Winner. There are no winners here, but there is a
marriage that ends.
Marriage that ends
But
with a
it
ring on the
ended.
floor.
But didn't it end in Avengers Versus X-Men, the last issue, where T'Challa says, "I'm the priest," and he said our marriage has been annulled?
I think so, but that kind of leads into this. But yeah, guys, so it was a great book, great read, and great fight scenes of
Are
two
you going to be,
matchups.
because you're doing Avengers Versus X-Men Versus, are you going to be reviewing Avengers plus X-Men when it comes out?
Yes, I am planning to.
Michael's new series, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God. One less thing for me to have to worry about.
Yes.
Not that I'm worried about it, but there's just so many books out there that I'm reading right now that...
Yeah, along with Punisher Warzone and all the other...
Oh yeah, Punisher Warzone is going to be really, really
I'm
good.
looking forward really to reading that, yeah. But
I don't read it. I just go by what he says, and then I look
really
at it
good.
after the
It's
review.
recommended. But yeah, it's one more issue left to conclude the verses.
I believe one of
Avengers
the
versus X-Men.
I believe one of the next verses is going to have Scarlet Witch versus Hope, and
Which would be
Cyclops versus Emma Frost. I believe I could be.
Cyclops versus
I don't think
Emma
I'm
Frost?
right. I don't think I'm right. I don't
I
know.
hope so.
Do they give you a next time?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do they? I didn't look at that. No,
No.
it's just
The end. It's at the end. Wow.
well when it makes it to the if we see on the rundown, then maybe.
Yeah, we'll see it on the rundown, and then we'll talk about it. But I know one of them is Scarlet Witch versus Hope, unless that's the entire book.
But yeah, one more issue left, guys. It's a great issue. You should get it. It's really cool, even with the fun facts. Even though he doesn't like them, I think they're fun. They're fun facts. That's why.
The taste
To each
taste,
his own.
yes.
Yes. So that's all I have for
A
this
book
week.
that picked up in issue 2 is Gambit. Love the cover, number 2. Gambit has that relic stuck in his chest, and he wants to get it out. And in the beginning of the issue, he has this guy trying to rip it out. It doesn't work. He's like, I just want information maybe on it. He's like, oh, you want information? Hold on. Here's a place where you can go. And it turns out it's a museum. So he basically goes to the museum, and he's going to break in to steal the information on the relic and then leave. It turns out that the woman from the last issue is also looking for information on the relic that Gambit has, and it becomes a fight between thieves. And Gambit basically gets the raw end of the deal at first because she pushes him 2 stories down, and he gets arrested, Gambit. And then, I'm not going to say how, but he does escape. And the woman says, you know, she screwed him. He's like, why should I have you helping me? She's like, you just, what do you call it? Because I'm the only one that could decipher basically throughout the entire fight between him and her at the beginning or the middle of the book. He ends up stealing the information he needs, or the map he needs, to where he has to go for the relic. And she's like, you can't read it. Let me help you. Let's be partners in crime. And he like stops, lets her in. He's like, where we're going next? And she's like, Guatemala. And then it says here, next issue is Guatemala.
Now that's a sick cover, the next one.
The only reason I spoil this is because this story seems like it's just really okay, here's Gambit, we're giving you a first story arc, and then we're going to get into the really good stuff. But this issue picked up, Gambit was more in character, more action, more leading into what's coming next. It's not just okay, I'm breaking in here, stealing something, and that's the whole issue. No, this is more in-depth. The story is building up. I would absolutely say give Gambit a chance if you haven't already. One of my favorite X-Men next to Wolverine and Iceman. If any other X-Men should get a solo issue next to Kitty Pryde, because I know a lot of people are saying Kitty Pryde, I would absolutely buy an Iceman ongoing.
Yeah,
or
Iceman.
mini.
Yeah, and wasn't that there a thing you shared where there was an Iceman Gambit thingy?
That's coming out next month, in the month of November.
Yeah, that one I'm looking forward to seeing.
And he's in a Gambit post, ironically. But this is a good book. I would definitely say give it a check out. And finally this week, my favorite X-Men book out there with the X-Men in it, Wolverine and the X-Men issue 15, the only AVX tie-in this week, the only thing that's continuing the story at all. And Hope and Wolverine have a moment at the very beginning of the book. I'm going to skip that. You guys should read that part on your own. Then it's just the Avengers trying to figure out what to do with the Phoenix, and it turns out Brew, who's one of the smartest people in the school, actually knocks brains with Tony Stark and Beast, and it turns out that he actually sees something that they don't. So Brew and the others are now working together to figure something out, plan their next move against the Phoenix. You've got Kitty Pryde and Iceman. Their romance is slowly coming together, piece by piece. And he's like, I don't even want to do this. And she's like, okay, you stay here and deal with the kids. I'll go off and fight the Phoenix Force. He's like, you know what? No. And it turns out the refugees from Utopia are now part of the school as well. And you get to see them all getting together with the students that are already at the school, the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning. We see Rachel Grey and Charles Xavier also, and Charles is like, nobody's going to die, I'm going to save Scott, I lost too many other students to the Phoenix Force, I won't lose him, which is leading us all to believe that he's going to be the one that dies in the end. His confrontation with Quentin Quire and what he does to him is hilarious. Read the book once again. Toad and I don't know who this woman is. Please tell me there's a roster at the beginning. Oh, God bless America. And she's not on it.
Maybe she's not a well-known...
No, but basically she could shed her skin, and basically you see a romance going on with Toad and her.
Wait, what's with the long nose? Is he Pinocchio?
I don't know. I don't even know why they made Toad fat, because Toad wasn't always fat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Toad was a lot slenderer.
I'm just looking at the nose. What's with the nose?
Kid Gladiator and Gladiator tells Kid Gladiator, we're going home, you're leaving Earth and you're never coming back, so say your goodbyes. Kid Gladiator wants to stay, but of course he's duty bound to listen to his father, so he leaves and says his tearful goodbyes without anybody else, of course, hearing him. And Gladiator tells Warbird she's staying on Earth, and she's like, why? She thinks it's a punishment. It turns out he says your heart, you're not the heart of a warbird. You were meant for greater things than what you will find in my service. I wish you the best and goodbye. So Warbird's staying on Earth. There's a scene between Wolverine and Iceman where Iceman's apologizing for, choosing basically the wrong side. And Wolverine's like, don't worry, you still got a job here. I need somebody to call me on my crap. And then I love what Bobby says. He's like, okay, since you asked for it, you're missing far too much to be an effective headmaster. You stab people way too much. You make me drink things that burns holes into my stomach. And you still, am still with the blue and yellow? Really? And then Wolverine like, that's enough for today. That's enough for today.
That's funny.
And here's a huge spoiler for you guys. The first ever graduate student of the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning, I hope you're fast forwarding this if you haven't read this book already, is Angel, and he's going for a graduate assistant. He's going to be working as a graduate assistant teacher now at the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. And the best moment in the entire book was Beast looking at an old picture of the original X-Men, himself included, and Charles Xavier comes up behind him and says, Henry, it's time. And he's like, yes, it would appear so. And you get the epic walk off to the final two parts of Avengers Versus X-Men that you will ever see. Students watching on as the X-Men walk off. Kid Gladiator leaving. Next issue, the Hellfire Club comes back. No more tying into AVX, as well as Chris Pacello's artwork.
So that means the next issue is kind of gonna be in.
The next issue, I'm not looking. First of all, I hate the Hellfire Club. I'm tired of seeing it. You know, ever since Wolverine and the X-Men came out, it's a good story, the Hellfire Club. Another good story, then the Hellfire Club. I hope that by the next story arc, we get rid of this stupid little snot-nosed kid, and we see the end of the Hellfire Club. I'm tired of seeing them.
Well, yeah.
From the first story arc to the third story arc, now to the fifth story arc, I believe, the Hellfire Club. I hope that they make short work of the Hellfire Club and we get some good X-Men stories and the Hellfire Club gets pushed to the back and we don't see them for a good year, maybe 2 years. I can't stand that little pain in the ass kid. I want to crack his head open. And he's not even a real character. He's a fictional character and I want to put his head through a wall.
Okay, are you calm now?
And while we're at it, why is Emma Frost going to possibly be still alive after Avengers Versus X-Men? She should be dead too. Her and that little snot-nosed kid should get together. She was part of the Hellfire Club at one time.
Oh, jeez. Who knew that was...
So I don't like the kid. I don't like Emma Frost. And it seems like both of them are coming out after...
Scott Summers.
Well, Scott Summers is...
Yeah, he was always hated, probably.
Yeah, he was always one of my most not enjoyable... Well, except in the 90s. Cyclops in the 90s with the thing and like he didn't have that over thing that made him look like
you mean da-na-na-na-na.
Yeah, that was cool when Cyclops, because he was a little bit better there.
Wolverine still was awesome.
Wolverine was also always awesome.
Exactly.
Nowadays he's more docile than he used to be, but you know, what can you say?
Yep. And so I guess
that's basically it, guys, for this week's Dark Avenger comic book review.
I'll go get the camera.
We will be back real soon for another comic book review. Hopefully, I'll get the books done a bit earlier. Sorry, it's about 2 days late. It's a day late shooting and a day late uploading, so that's 2 days altogether. Next week's a bunch of comics. I know I spent a bit of money next week, so there's a huge amount of books coming out next week. So let's wrap this up here, guys. Wolverine and the X-Men number 15. Awesome. Get it. You'll love it. Gambit number 2 picked up. Definitely check it out. Avengers Versus X-Men Versus number 5.
Great issue. Can't wait for the last issue.
Journey into Mystery 642. I don't know. Everything burns. Just, I would say wait. If you're going to collect anything Thor, wait till Marvel Now happens. Winter Soldier 9. I see where this is going and I see where this might start losing me as far as wanting to read this book. However, I would definitely say give it a check out. X-Force 30. X-Force is amazing. This has no X-Force in it though. It's all about Evan and developing his character more, which is really good still, and it has the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Check it out. Captain Marvel issue 3. This is one what the away from me dropping it as well. Hulk issue 57. Thank God it's over. Web of Spider-Man number 129.
Away.
129.2. Could I please say the number?
And point 1. Stay away. Both of them.
Green Lantern Annual is definitely something you want to read out of DC Comics this week. It's a must-read. Green Lantern is one of the best things coming out of DC Comics right now. Batman Beyond Unlimited number 7 has a great amount of stories. If you're a fan of the Beyond series, definitely check it out. Minutemen number 3 from Before Watchmen, another good book. Definitely give it a check out as well. Superman Annual number 1, I leave it up to you guys. I never make suggestions or recommendations when it comes to this new Superman. Teenage Ninja Turtles Micro Series number 7, April. Definitely check it out. As well as Lock and Key one-shot or the Grindhouse one-shot. Definitely check that out. Be ready in a couple of months for Omega number 1 for those of you Lock and Key fans, and Ghostbusters issue 12. If you're interested in Ghostbusters, check it out. Even if you're not, give Ghostbusters a check out next month with issue 13. And that is all, guys. There's a subscribe button above this video. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. There's big things coming for not only my channel but Dark Avenger Inc. So scoot over there too and give our channel a sub. Comments, love most of all in this world. Likes, dislikes, questions, long, short, however you want. I reply back as soon as I possibly can. And show to YouTube you like this video by giving it a favorite, because I don't do thumbs up and down. So yeah, take care everybody. I'll see you real soon for another video, whether it be on this channel or Dark Avenger Inc. Keep reading, keep collecting. I'll see you guys real soon for another Dark Avenger video.
Later,
take care guys. Have a great week.
Later guys.